And then around this time too, did you meet Master P?
We met Master P. Yeah, we did. We did.
After your album came out.
Yeah, we did. Around the time we was doing the second album, Going Insane, we kind of met. Maybe a little before that. We met Master P during the Direct From The Backstreet because we was always going. What happened was Master P was getting distribution through internet music people. I mean,
yeah.
And he, we used to be up there collecting our checks on the same day. We might run into each other up there trying to get our money and shit.
Right.
And he used to always hit us up with tapes and CDs and shit, you know what I'm saying? And, he was just starting off, too. He was just trying to get his feet in the game, too, out of Richmond. And as time went on and as our relationship started growing, he invited us to the record store. At the record store in Richmond, too.
The No Limit Records. Yeah.
And we went up there, and he had a real record store popping up there, man. Clothes and shit, selling out of there and everything. And we just got cool, we went to a couple of his little functions that he threw, a couple barbecues and shit. Intimated Records used to do, Intimated Records used to throw this barbecue every year, like an industry type thing. And all the cats from the industry used to come to the barbecue. We shot a video there. We shot our Here We Go Again video there. That MC8 was there, Jay's a Kid. A whole lot of celebrities was up in there. What was I saying?
Linking with Master P.
Oh, yeah. And one day we went up there to go get our check, and he was in there doing the same thing. He was like, oh, man. Well, us and RBL was there at the same time. We all met up there and went up in there trying to get all our money. And he's like, oh, man, y'all just what I'm looking for. So he was like, hey, man, I got this. I'm finna put together this project. I'm finna get all the Bay Area, all the heavy hitters from the Bay Area and put them all together on one track, on one album. And, do some big shit, man. And he was like, man, when I thought about the first motherfuckers I thought about was y'all, totally saying RBL, man. Now, I was like, I would like to see if y'all on board because I know if y'all get on board, a lot of cats from the Bay Area, dig y'all. And then, if I tell them y'all on board, niggas will get on board.
Yeah.
So we was like, yeah, nigga, fuck it. Yeah, we'll do it. We fuck with you. We'll try it. You know? And he was like, cool, man, I'm going to pay everybody. Everybody going to get breaded and woo, yada, 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 and boo, woo, woo. And it was gravy. We exchanged numbers, and he set up a meeting in Daly City at the little, back in the days, it used to be the Pepper Mills. It didn't turn to Lions. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Some other diner now. Yeah,
but it was Pepper Mills. I know
exactly what you're talking about, yeah.
We all met there. My son grew up right there in the apartments right there. Westlake.
Right. So that's something that people wouldn't imagine driving by that diner now. Like Master P had a meeting there with all the Bay Area
E40, rappers. B Legit, Sebo.
That's crazy.
RBL, Totally Insane, Dre Dog. Who else was on that shit?
Ray Love.
I don't know if Mack Mall was there.
I don't think he was on it.
But
JT
it was,
and them. And
Looney's was even there. Yuck Mouth and it was even there. It was a lot of cats that was there that didn't end up getting on the album for whatever reason.
Damn.
Because like 40 and them didn't get on there, but they was at the meeting.
Did y'all take a picture that day?
I'm sure P probably got some. Did we? I believe we did. I'm sure P got some pictures.
Yeah, you gotta find that picture.
P even did a video for that where all of us came. We was at the car wash. There's a West Coast Bad Boyz
like
video.
A commercial? Or
that's a video.
Oh, the music. Yeah.
It had hella niggas on the song. We wasn't on the song, but we was in the video.
I think I remember seeing that.
But we was all out there, you know what I'm saying? So we met, and he did some Nino Brown type shit. He stood up at the table. And
said, yeah, I'm taking over the car.
Yeah, he said, man, what we finna put together, man, it's finna be legendary. And we got the best from the motherfucking area right here.
Yeah.
All under one roof, and we finna, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. I don't wanna, he said, I'm not trying to control y'all shit. I just want y'all to submit tracks. Whatever track y'all think is hot for it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm willing to pay y'all. That nigga handed out envelopes.
That day. Damn. That is
envelopes went around the table.
That's mafia.
Yeah, had money in the envelopes. And
everyone's like, all right, yeah, cool.
Let's go. He paid for dinner, nigga. We all ate, nigga.
That's crazy.
He was on the cracking.
He understood.
He knew it.
That how to move in business.
He knew it.
How to treat people, how to make people feel appreciated, how to work with artists. Did you... Because I know at the same time, right, no disrespect to P, but I know that when he was rapping out here, people weren't necessarily taking him too seriously.
Right, and so his idea was, well, I got a little bit of bread. I'm trying to get in the game. If I get the best motherfuckers from out here on my shit and collaborate with them niggas, that's going to put more eyes on me.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened.
Wait, did you see that? Did you get a sense like, all right, this dude's about to do some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he had everybody in.
And it was different, too. Yeah.
If he wasn't, if his reputation, or if motherfuckers saw him as a joke, they wouldn't be here. We got 40, we got RBL, we got 11.5, we got all these niggas in the house. They here.
Yeah.
So motherfuckers believe whatever, something he's saying,
Yeah.
And they put that motherfucker together. As a matter of fact, when we recorded our song, he came to the session. He was there when we recorded it.
Okay.
Yeah. We recorded our shit, the day we recorded that shit, we showed up at T House. We hadn't even heard the beat yet.
This is when TC moved from Bankroll to his own house.
Yeah, he was at his house when we did that, because we did Direct From The Backstreets at his house in the garage.
Oh, okay.
We did Going Insane at Enhancer's house.
Enhancer,
on Latona, behind the All Night Market.
Uh-huh.
And we did Backstreet Life at Reg and Race's house, which was down the street from TC House. I don't know why we did it down there. We could have did it at TC House, but the way they had it set up, because we did all live bass and shit on.
Yeah, I wanted to get to that too, because I noticed that on the production switch up a little bit. But you said Master P came to the session.
He came to the session. Me and Mack hadn't even heard the beat yet. We didn't know what the fuck we was gonna do. We just knew we was gonna write some shit, because P was gonna pay us.
Yeah,
no bread for us. So when we walked in the studio, he didn't let nobody hear the beat. Nobody heard the beat. Matter of fact, when we walked in, they was in there watching the basketball game. I think the finals or something was on. This was like in June. And the only reason I know this is because when we walked in, they was watching the finals. TC threw the beat on. Everybody was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. So Mack went in one corner, I went in the other corner, and we'll start writing. Mack went there and did his part first. And then when I was in there doing my part, I had fucked up. And when I was telling T to run it back, niggas was like, oh, shit. Niggas was looking at the TV like, oh, shit. P and all them niggas standing up. Like everybody was focused on the TV. So I took my headphones off and went out there, and it was the OJ fucking slow chase.
the white
Breaking news! OJ Simpson, whoop, whoop, whoop. That's why I threw that line in there.
I was going to say that's kind of crazy.
Because if you go back and listen to the song, that line don't even rhyme with what I'm saying. I just threw that line in there. Hell no, I don't believe OJ did that.
Yeah.
Just threw it in there. And we kept that motherfucker.
Wow. And was Dre in the cut too?
Dre Dog and them was already Dre Dog and Hennessy 11.5, and he used to hang out at TC House every day. That was, these everyday homies. They used to always be over there drinking and just chilling, watching basketball, fucking with music and just whatever, you know what I'm saying? So we did our vocals. We did the verses, should I say. Chunk was supposed to be on the song. Master P wanted Chunk to be on the song. But the day we was going to record it, we couldn't find him. We was going everywhere looking for him, and we just couldn't find him. And I was leaving messages like, man, tell that nigga to hit me. I was paging him, blowing him up. He just wasn't responding. So we had to go do that shit without him. But Master P really wanted Chunk to be on that song.
Yeah, because Chunk was doing his
He was doing his thing. He was big. Chunk, a lot of motherfuckers don't really understand, but Chunk was big, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He was out before y'all.
He was out before us.
Yeah. And he's from Menlo Park,
right? But it's right across the light.
Yeah.
I used to walk to that nigga house, swim in the night and shit.
Right.
Vice versa.
Right.
So we laid our verses, and Dre was like, hey, Ad Mack, I got a hook for that. Nigga was like, nigga, do your thing, nigga. Because I think we had already did Going Insane, and Going Insane was such a big song. Motherfuckers was waiting for another Dre Dog collaboration. So we like, nigga, hell yeah, that'll be perfect. Dre Dog went there, did the ooh-wee, niggas can't handle me. Total insanity. So while he was in there doing it in the booth, Hennessy was doing it out here. And I was like, nigga, go in there, nigga blend both y'all voices together.
Oh, okay.
So Hennessy went in there and did it over Dre Dog.
I never knew that. So there's a
Dre
double
Dog
of him on there.
Hennessy.
Oh shit, they both got some deep voices.
Right, and when we brought it together, it sounded demonic, like ooh, niggas can't handle me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's the trip. But he didn't get no credit on that.
Yes, he got credits on that.
Oh, he did.
Hennessy from 11.5. Dre Dog and Hennessy from 11.5.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Damn, and then that West Coast Bad Boyz is huge.
That shit released, man. That shit blew the fuck up.
Did that even help you out?
Oh, that shit took us to the next level.
Different regions.
Yeah, it took us to a whole nother level.
Damn.
Yeah. For real, for real.
And around this time, too, notoriously, East Palo Alto becomes the murder capital of the United States, right?
This was in 92. This is right before Going Insane album. And that's the reason that was the concept of the Going Insane album is East Palo Alto.
Going insane.
It's going insane, yeah.
So from what I understand, right, it's murder per capita. So for a population of that size, the most murders, like, by the ratio.
Yes. And at that time, we was like, what, 28,000 population, and like, how many, 90 people died that year?
Yeah.
So it was like...
That's a big percentage.
That's a big percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it like going through that in your hometown?
That shit was dangerous because it was East Palo Alto so small. It's only like 2.5 square miles, but we got a whole army of niggas over there and a whole army of niggas over here.
Yeah,
that's shooting it out. You know what I'm saying? And this motherfucker ain't that big. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we living in the middle of it. You know, we at the time we famous during this. Everybody know who we are. Everybody know where I live at. Everybody know who I am.
Right.
Mack too. You know what I'm saying?
But you guys are both from Midtown, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm from Alberni. He's from Dumbarton, which is just a couple blocks over.
Right.
A little toward, you know what I'm saying, couple blocks over. Yeah, man, that shit got dangerous, man, you know, and not only that, we was having kids at the time, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, we're like big targets, like, you know what I'm saying? You're not one of them totally insane niggas down, that's points on, on that side.
Right.
So we were definitely having to be real cautious and be strapped and watch where we was going, and we don't leave without the other one, you know what I'm saying? You want to show that I'm going, you know what I'm saying? And it was just dangerous.
Yeah. Did you find yourself being like drawn into any of the stuff that was going on at the time? Or?
Yeah, because my house was one of the main targets. They shot my house up a few times, shot our cars up a few times.
Just on some hater shit.
Just I'm on the, you know, we representing this side. We are the voice of this side.
Yeah, but you're rapping.
Right.
But you're getting hated on by people that's in the mix of this
because
shit.
It's weird, because when Direct from the Backstreet came out, the whole town loved it.
Yeah.
And then when the funk really jumped off in 92, it divided. Now niggas from that side ain't listening to Totally Insane now.
It reminds me a little bit of RBL's story, too.
Same shit.
Yeah.
And I witnessed what they went through.
Yeah.
Mr. C died, nigga. I was at the movie theaters, got the page, 911, called back. TC was like, bruh, Kyle just got shot, bruh. I don't think he gonna make it.
Crazy.
And then I got the call back that he didn't make it.
Yeah.
And it was like, wow, that was my homie, like, you know.
Yeah, so...
When I say Cal, I mean Mr. C from RBL.
Right. Yeah, so things are like changing in the Bay, and it's kind of that just sounds like a crazy kind of stressful thing to navigate while you trying to do this rap shit, and then at the same time, fucking hood is going crazy around you.
Yeah.
So like you said, that kind of made the next album what it was, Going Insane.
Yeah.
And then the other thing, and this is what I asked TC about, I asked Black C about this. I noticed with everybody's first album, everybody that we talked about, Dre Dog, IMP, RBL, y'all. The first album is like all samples.
Yes.
By the second album, it's mostly keyboard beats, or you're replaying stuff and you're throwing live instruments in there. And it seems like the reason was mostly because of sample clearing issues that were coming up.
Yeah, that and the Chronic. The Chronic changed the landscape of the fucking rap game, bro.
Interesting.
Dr. Dre and the Chronic album, after that point, made samples lame.
Yeah, well, especially on the West Coast, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like more of a car culture, it's more slap in the trunk.
Oh, that's old school OG.
Yeah.
James Brown, that's old school OG.
Yeah. Did it get played out a little bit too? Like flipping certain samples? And, yeah.
So, I mean, Dr. Dre and the Chronic changed the game, bro. That became the fucking, the standard. Nigga, you gotta come like this from now on. Nigga, you got
that makes sense.
Got to be played over. You got to be this and that.
Yeah.
But TC was already a musical master. He was ready.
Yeah, for sure.
When that shit when it switched, he already was ready.
Yeah.
Oh, nigga, don't trip. We just gonna start playing everything over.
Yeah,
I got some bass players gonna come in. I got we gonna do this. We gonna do that. Instead of sampling it, we just gonna play the bass lines over.
Yeah.
Put our own little chords and shit. And
I mean, it's almost like a better fit for y'all, almost, because
it was lovely. It was perfect.
When I hear y'all music, it's a lot of like you said earlier, listen to Parliament and stuff like that. Like y'all shit is funky.
Yeah.
And it's definitely like, and I notice a lot with TC production too. It just seems heavily inspired by that old school soul and funk. Yeah. So it seems like it worked out. Were you also dealing with? Were you still on In a Minute for that second album?
Yeah. Well, we had signed. We brought them direct from the Backstreets. Yeah. We had already done that and brought that to
so
them.
That was just distribution deal.
The second album going the same was through In a Minute Records. Right. They paid for it and we recorded it through them. Okay.
Were they
the next two albums?
Were they getting on you about the samples too?
Yes.
They were, huh?
Yeah.
They didn't want to clear it. They didn't want to pay
because it got worse. After a while, you know what I'm saying, in 91, it was cool. We didn't have to, they wasn't tripping. By 93 hit, everybody was tripping off samples. Motherfuckers was getting sued. James Brown was suing motherfuckers. And all kind of shit was just in those 2 years or in that year or whatever.
Yeah. I think that was what Biz Markie was going through it. And Two Live Crew.
I think that's who set it off. I think Two Live Crew set it off. To where after the Two Live Crew incident happened, all the OG motherfuckers that made music wanted to sue motherfuckers, rappers for their shit. Yeah. And I mean, they just seen that rap was blowing up. Rap was getting big.
Wanted a piece of it.
Yeah, they wanted a piece of it, nigga. That's my old beat. I can't get no more royalties from it, nigga, but I can latch on to you and get some more royalties. Yeah. And I think after, that's what happened. You can't touch this.
Oh, for sure.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
After MC Hammer dropped You Can't Touch This,
right,
and Rick James sued and got all them millions, all them OGs wanted their bread.
I mean, they didn't really flip that beat. They damn near just looped
used it just like it was. Yeah, right. Yeah. Do some stutter step in it.
Right.
Yeah.
So what was the process? And also, were you like, was the business tight with In a Minute, or was it starting to get a little manny?
It started to get a little manny around the second album. Because the first album we was in total control. Like I said, we had the product. We brought them the product. On the second album, we made the product through them, so they felt more of an ownership to it. Like, nigga, we paid for the studio time, and we this and we that. It got a little shady. Creative, we was in a weird space, bro, because we for one, we living through a murder epidemic. We living through a murder capital. We trying, niggas around us is dying. Our friends is dying around us. Yeah. We trying to focus and create something.
For such a tight-knit community,
right?
That's gotta be.
I mean,
crazy.
Yeah, you know these niggas.
Not feel that, yeah.
Every nigga that we was shooting at, we went to school with these niggas. We played Little League against these niggas. We knew these niggas' mamas and
so
you feel what I'm saying?
Living through an epidemic.
We living through an epidemic. Like, damn, this was my homie like 5 years ago. Now this nigga trying to kill me.
Crazy.
So going from direct from the back, so around 92, 93, RBL and them, they was trying to hit RBL album, the Lesson to Be Learned. They was trying to sue the fuck out them niggas. They was, they wasn't clearing a lot of shit and they were just it was really fucked up. So Jason had a meeting with all of us and was like, look, from now on, man, we're going to do something about these samples. This is basically what it is. When you have to pay for a sample, that comes out of your royalties. That comes out of your recoup. That comes out of your budget. You have to recoup all that.
Right.
So if, you got a $50,000 budget, and you got to pay for the beats, the studio time, and whatever, and then you got to pay Rick James $20,000.
Yeah, it's a big chunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So going into the second album, going the same, T was like, nigga, fuck it. We just gonna play shit over. We gonna, you know what I'm saying? We just gonna switch it up.
And that's when he's on the
more keyboard bass lines was on the second album.
And he's on the cover of that album too, right?
TC, yes.
Yeah. So how did that one do compared to the first album?
Oh, it did better than Direct from the Backstreet. We each album got bigger.
Yeah. Is that the one you shot? Is that Living in the Back?
Oh no,
is that another?
The second album we shot the video for that one was Here We Go Again.
Okay.
That was the one I was telling you we shot at the
right.
Hella celebrities on that shit.
Was that getting like nationwide?
Yeah, that was on the box and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was on the box. When the box came out, was that the box? Wait, let me. Maybe not the box yet. This was like 93. When did the box come out?
I think the box was around.
Okay, yeah,
because that's the whole Wu-Tang thing's going
right,
on.
right. Okay, yeah.
Time.
So So that video was on the box and shit, and that video did pretty good. It did so good that Jason got excited about us.
Okay.
Like, oh yeah, yeah. We could do a lot of things with y'all, and so we shot the video for that. We did a lot of shows, but then one good thing happened to us. We was headlining the Stone, and Sir Mix-a-Lot was in town and came to the show just to
check y'all out.
He had heard our music, liked our music.
That's dope.
And came to the show to listen to check us out. And we did the show. It was us, and we headlined. RBL was opened up for us. And after the show, he came backstage and was like, "Hey man, yeah man, woo, I love y'all shit and yada yada yada. I'm coming back out here to do the Stone in a couple months, man. I want y'all to rock with me, get on the show with me." He was like, "Hell yeah." So he came back, I think about like a couple weeks later, like a month or two later, and did the Stone, headline the Stone, and put us on the bill.
Tight.
And we rocked that motherfucker. That night, 40 and them came out and shit. And
wow.
Niggas had them click jackets on.
Yeah.
So we was all backstage chilling shit. And he was like, "Yeah, man, I got a show out in Seattle in a couple weeks. I want to put y'all on that too." We was like, "Hell yeah, nigga, it's on the cracking." So we went out there, did the show. The nigga invited us to his house, took us to his house. Man, this nigga had a mansion and shit, and 3-car garage and Lamborghinis and Hummers and shit.
That's that Baby Got Back money right there.
Yes. Yeah. And that had just came out. He was out, he was doing this tour to promote that song.
Wow.
That shit had just dropped. He was living off that Prosy on Broadway and that
right.
Square Dance rap and all that.
Right.
And to that point, Baby Got Back had just dropped. When he came back to the Bay and did the Stone, that had just dropped. And that nigga was living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And were you getting were you doing shows in other regions too, around the country?
Yeah, we was doing our best region was like Seattle, Washington, Tacoma, Denver, Colorado, Kansas City, of course, Texas,
Yeah. Not as far as the East Coast.
Not as far as the East Coast, yeah. I think the farthest east, what's the farthest east when you went? Yeah, not really.
Detroit?
Did we go to Detroit? No, we never went to Detroit. RBL went to Detroit.
Right.
But no, we didn't go.
Seems like, especially back then, like cats on the East Coast had a real hard time like wrapping their heads around
for sure.
Bay Area music.
For sure.
But the South and people don't really know too, like Seattle, Portland areas, they love the Bay up there.
Yeah. Or Portland, yeah, definitely. Went to Portland hella time.
Yep.
Oh yeah, definitely. Seattle, Denver, Colorado, Kansas City, Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then you're just pretty much moving and grooving.
Yeah.
And then the next album is Backstreet Life.
Backstreet Life.
And that's the one we're living in the Backstreets.
Yes. Yeah.
And actually, I should have asked you this earlier. Like, explain the Backstreets.
The Backstreets. The Backstreets is in East Palo Alto, and back then especially, it looked like fucking. Back then, it looked like the South.
Yeah.
We didn't hardly have sidewalks, and we had a couple dirt roads, and shit looked kind of raggedy back then. Because we was like one of the poorest cities in the Bay Area, and had the worst school districts, and just a whole lot of bad shit, bro. The other side of Palo Alto wouldn't even claim us. That's why they call us East Palo Alto.
Yeah, people don't even know sometimes that East Palo Alto is a whole nother city.
Right.
From Palo Alto.
From Palo Alto.
So they just tried to cut y'all off like...
It's like Los Angeles cut off East LA.
Yeah.
Just, y'all your own shit.
Right.
Y'all over there.
Right.
Yeah. That's basically what it is. We didn't become a city until 1983.
That's crazy.
Officially a city in 1983.
So it's just unincorporated, just damn, underdeveloped.
Yeah, because I think at one time it was marshlands, like in the whenever
damn, crazy.
Whenever they start building.
Well, it sounds like just that whole experience, like this constant theme in Totally Insane's music, and I really like that song "Living in the Backstreets" off the album. The videos. Cool. It's like very positive.
Yeah,
bringing everybody together.
Yeah. That was everybody. That was really everybody from the neighborhood. And at that time. This was 95, so we were just like a couple of years from coming out of being the murder capital.
Yeah, I was gonna say where things like
it's kind of like settling down,
settling a little more peaceful. Or
a lot of motherfuckers died. A lot of motherfuckers are going to prison.
Right.
We just recovering from being the murder capital.
Yeah.
And that was our attempt to kind of bring everybody together.
That's cool. What I'm saying?
We wanted to make a song, an anthem that represent the whole town.
Yeah.
And then the concept for the video was we had a big budget with the video. Jason was happy with the Here We Go Again video. We got big spins on the box. A couple of other little video stations or shows was playing it.
Yeah.
And we was getting nice feedback. Like, yeah, we really like that Tony Insane record. We really like that Here We Go Again video. So Jason was hyped, like, yeah, next we gonna get a bigger budget on the next video and yada yada yada. And once we brought him the record for for the Backstreet Life, once we brought him that record, he was like, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. He was like, let's go. And yeah.
Yeah, because like I said, it has that appeal. It's positive, it's upbeat. The video is tight.
Yeah. The dudes that shot Bone Thugs First of the Month did that. Chris Robinson.
Okay.
He shot that video, directed it.
Okay, so you definitely had that budget then.
But I can go to a backstory for that video was we had to go around to all the hoods and explain to them what we was doing. Because one of the scenes that we shot was at Jack Farrell Park. Now, if you're familiar with East Palo Alto history, Jack Farrell Park is in the Ville, and my side was warring with the Ville when we was the murder capital. It was dangerous for me to be over there. I could have lost my life over there a couple years ago. I could have lost my life over here, and now I want to shoot a music video over here and bring a big production in the whole shit. We had a big productions on that. That was some real shit.
Yeah. It's not like just pointing the camera.
Yeah, that ain't no.
You had to set up everything.
Scaffolds and all kind of shit out there, lighting and all kind of shit.
Right.
And all the reputable OGs in the town came together and was like, yeah, nigga, we gonna make hell yeah.
That's dope.
We with that. Everybody bought their cars out.
Yeah.
All the girls came out. All the kids came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope. I mean, that's another thing that's like another thing I notice in Bay Area music, like the power of it when you can bring people together.
Yeah.
Even in the most like conflicted circumstances.
Yeah. A lot of people ask why the Bay ain't on like we should be on. And I've always thought, and this is my theory of it, just by being in it, is back in the 90s, they were so scared of the independent game back then because the major labels had such a hold on the music that they had a grip on it.
Right.
And they was looking at the Bay Area like, if everybody around the country start following these niggas,
wow,
they ain't gonna need us.
I think you're onto something there.
They all gonna be billionaires. If they follow 40 and who else is Master P?
Right.
Master P was out here independent. If we follow these dudes, if the whole industry follow these dudes, they gonna cut us out.
Wow.
And I think they dropped the blackball bomb on us.
You felt that before you felt blackball?
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes sense. You're a Billboard charting group, successful group.
The everybody in the industry copy our slang. Everybody copy what we doing, but we can't get on with it.
Yeah.
You know, not to disrespect nobody, but Atlanta niggas got that Old Bay. At one time, they was on that Old Bay swing that we was doing in the 90s, late 90s.
Right.
Even the flows.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
no disrespect. I'm just saying.
I agree.
Yeah.
But then it's tripped that because I think by then like RBL had bounced out of In a Minute, Dre Dog bounced off of In a Minute, but y'all still rocking with them.
Well, now what happened was we was the first ones to leave.
Oh, really?
Yeah, okay. Our obligations was up because we was the first ones to sign.
Okay.
We signed a 3-album deal, so we was the first ones to reach that 3 albums.
So by the time Backstreet Life came out,
that was our last album. That was it. Now we was at a crossroads at that one because not only one. Coming out of Going Insane, now we got to go bigger. Now we, you know what I'm saying, that one, Going Insane did bigger than Direct from the Backstreet. Now we got to go bigger with this one.
Yeah.
And we got to come with a bigger sound. And at that time, T had started producing, he started working on the 11-5 album, I believe. So he had got another ear he had got another, you know what I'm saying? Another tone of
style,
music. Another style of music.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm gonna try this shit out with Ad Mack, see how this shit go. So we went there, we got Red Race, we start playing all live bass lines.
Yeah, I know, it just gets like funkier and funkier.
And then the Backstreet Life record itself, man, shit. We came in the studio one day and he played the track for us.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, damn, Ooh, that's it,
Yeah.
right there. Matter of fact, I take that back. We recorded that song to a whole nother track. We had when we first recorded that song, we had a whole nother beat. On the Backstreet Life album, it's the last song is called the Backstreet Life outro. To all y'all that got that album, listen to the Backstreet Life outro. That's the original Living in the Backstreet song that we recorded. We came in the studio one day and TC played a song for us. He took the vocals off of that and put the whole nother beat under it.
Oh, so he just remixed
just did it. He just remixed it.
Wow.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, the one we shot the video for is called the Backstreet Life remix.
Right.
The one on the album is called the last song on there is called the Backstreet Life outro, but that's the original Backstreet Life song.
Yeah.
He put that remix on it and
yeah, you can hear if you're following this and you listen to if you follow the history through TC and all the groups he was working with, the progression is crazy.
Oh yeah. He was tuned in, bro.
Yeah.
Whenever the industry changed, he was like, "Nigga, no problem, we got that."
Yeah, because a lot of cats would have been probably stuck on them same SP12 type of beats forever, making loops and all that, and enhancer too. Right,
enhancer was a big key in it too. But TC was he stayed up on technology. He read the textbooks. He kept up with the new keyboard that was coming out, the new sampler, the new drum machine that was coming out. And he made Jason pay for that shit. Yeah, look, nigga, I need one of them Triton yada yada yadas. Yeah. And Jason go get that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So y'all left on pretty much peaceful terms when the song was up? Well, or was the paper getting kind of fucked up?
Yeah, it was getting kind of ill. So going into Backstreet Life, we knew this was our last album. Jason knew this was our last album. And we was really thinking about how should we do this. At this point, we wasn't really agreeing with how we was being compensated, and we were just kind of like, whatever, you know. At first, we was thinking like, man, we should just record some shit and just get this nigga album and just get up out of here. But we was like, nah, our reputation isn't on the line. Our name is on this motherfucker.
Yeah, you can't just throw out some bullshit.
Yeah. We got fans that fuck with us.
Yeah.
So we went in there and put our heart into it. Went in there and worked hard on that motherfucker.
Yeah.
We all stepped up to the next level. Like TC Production stepped up and made us step up. Like, wow.
But for the next album is it?
And we was coming off of West Coast Bad Boyz.
Yeah.
So at that time,
we got to take advantage of that.
Yeah. We was on a great little hype at that time. So the next album had to be banging. And it was our last album, so in a minute it was kind of like fuck.
Yeah,
we kind of held the upper hand. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We just came off a hit record. Our contract is almost over, and we finna drop a hit album.
Right.
Yeah, and we finna be out.
Yeah.
At the same time. Peace.
So what was the label for? What was the next album after Backstreet Life?
That was the Totally Insane album.
And that was that. Oh, and Mack 10 was still around on that.
Yeah. What happened was. After Backstreet Life, we got off Intermittent Records and we went independent. But during those years, we both was kind of like in the streets. We both was like tangled up. And going into the fourth album, Mack 10 had caught a dope case. And
was it just that the rap shit wasn't doing what it was supposed to do?
Yeah, we didn't feel we was getting paid correctly.
That's fucked up.
We had kids at this time, nigga. We both got 2 kids and life is different now. We a little older. We got bills. We got.
Black C kind of mentioned this, that like in a way he kind of blames the label for Mr. C's death for the fact that he got killed while he was out selling dope. And if shit had been going the way it was supposed to with all the records they were selling, if his paper was straight, he wasn't out. He wouldn't have been out there.
Wouldn't have been on the block.
So I do think that's like something that really needs to be said. Is like when labels are fucking over artists who are using rap as their way to get out and get away from that shit. It's really like detrimental. Like,
yeah, and I mean, okay, we from the hood and we might not be the most educated, but when we pulling up to get a check and you telling us you ain't got a check, but you pulling up in a brand new Mercedes,
that don't make sense.
Yeah, that ain't making sense to us.
Something's wrong here.
Yeah.
So Mack 10 ended up getting caught up. He had to go sit down for a while.
Yeah. During the course of him, yeah. He got caught up. He went to jail. He fought the case, and they that was his first adult case, I believe. So they just gave him like some sheriff work program.
Oh, okay.
So during the course of all that, because we didn't know in the beginning what was going to happen to him. We didn't know if he was going to go to a pen. We didn't know how many years he's going to get. We didn't know what was going on. So me and Scoot from the Hood Star, shout out to my nigga Scoot, we had been rapping together since we was kids, all of us together. And during the whole Totally Insane thing, Scoot was always there. He was a solo artist. He had like solo albums ready to go, and then something happened and don't come out, and then the next one.
Oh yeah, TC mentioned that they had a whole solo album that didn't come out.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
And it was raw, huh?
That shit was raw as fuck. That nigga's flows and he was
gassing.
He would have fucked some shit up, bro.
Yeah, he was gassing.
Yeah, he would have fucked some shit up.
So he basically filled in the gap when Mack 10 was out the way.
When 10 went down, that was my everyday nigga, so it was only right and only, that.
And
so
was 10 cool with that too?
Yeah, it wasn't no problem.
Keep the mission going.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like the stuff you were talking about earlier with like Mike D and the people in and out the group. Like the show must go on.
Like for instance, remember when the Ghetto Boys, when Willie D left the group and they brought Big Mike in?
Yeah.
It was something like that.
And there was like 2 other members of the Ghetto Boys too, even before.
Oh, before that.
That
left the group.
Yeah.
And then it became Bushwick's Face and Willie D.
Exactly.
Then Willie D left the group and they brought Big Mike in.
Right.
And it changed the sound like.
Right.
So me and Scoot had started working on a project. It wasn't gonna be a Totally Insane project. It was gonna be a Totally Insane Presents.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we got about 4 or 5 songs. We got The News, So Real, Hog Status, and I had a song called Another Way. We had those 4 songs recorded. And then 10's lawyer worked it out to where he can get sheriff work program and he can come home on furlough on the weekends. As long as he in the studio, he can come to the studio and record. And
he's a good lawyer.
Good lawyer.
Yeah.
And he did it like that. And so we took the 4 songs from the project was gonna be called Bomb Threat. Totally Insane present Bomb Threat. And we took the 4 songs that we recorded out there, which like I said was The News, So Real, Another Way, and Hog Status. And 10 came and we started recording new songs, just filled out the album, you know what I'm saying?
So it's basically you, Mack 10, and Scoop.
Yes. TC on the production.
And TC on all the production. Did he make the news?
No, he didn't.
Who made the news?
Big Draw. Shout out to my nigga Big Draw.
211.
Yeah, 211.
That song is incredible, bro.
Yeah.
That's a really beautiful song. It's like really deep. It's got a socially conscious message.
Yeah.
This is one thing that pisses me off about Bay Area rap fans is a lot of them try to create divides between hip hop and rap or conscious rap and gangster rap.
Right.
But when y'all hear a song like The News,
right.
This is, obviously it's some gangster shit, but it's people that's going through these experiences breaking down the bigger picture of it. So it's really a conscious record. There's no real difference.
It's just us coming from the perspective as we're trapped in this. We don't want to do this.
Yeah.
We don't feel comfortable doing this, but this is what we got to do.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That definitely comes across, and some of those lyrics are fucking crazy, man. And that's the Tupac line on the hook, right? I think the president is smoking weed, bumping this beat, making a living off my misery. Yeah.
Yeah, that was off Never Had a Friend Like Me, I believe. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, some crazy bars in there, man. What is it? Lord forgive me for my ways of doing drive-by shootings, prostitution, and gang recruiting. It's like, whoa. He was going off on there, man. Yeah. So how did that album do compared to the other ones?
It did good.
Was it
It wasn't under the same structure as the other ones.
Being fully independent.
Right. We weren't under independent where we got the promotion and the distribution and it was all us.
Well, you had enough game by then to figure it out.
Yeah,
but maybe not the capital.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't have the insides of the industry.
Yeah.
I just had what I knew, the people I knew, and the resources I knew.
Yeah.
It did pretty good.
Yeah, for sure. It's a dope album.
Yeah.
And then the final album to this date is The Game of Life.
The Game of Life.
And that's you and Mack 10 as well. And Scoot's appearing on there too, right?
He did a couple songs on there, but he was going to come with a solo album. That was another one of those solo albums that just didn't manifest.
Right.
So after the Totally Insane album, we got with a new executive producer. And his idea was to put me and back together as Totally Insane and put Scoot on his own. And just have him as a, you know what I'm saying?
And that's when he started working on that solo album.
Yeah, right. And just have him as a constant feature, like a, you know what I'm saying? Like a...
Can I ask, I just remember, what happened to, I'm not Mike D, but the guy who came in after Mike?
Oh yeah, damn, I've skipped that part of the story. Mike D got killed, Direct for the Backstreet came out, so we're going into the second album, Going Insane. And right when we were going into make the second album, he got caught up by the feds.
What was his name again?
Manny the Black.
Manny the Black.
He home now. Shout out to Manny.
Okay.
He doing good now.
Damn.
Doing real estate and shit.
So he pretty much got you where you needed to go.
And then,
picked up where Mike left off, and then he got caught up too.
Did 10 years in the feds.
Crazy, man. You guys got a crazy story, bro.
This shit was almost over a couple times,
yeah.
Bro. This shit was almost done a couple times.
Damn.
I can tell you another story he was almost done. Direct from the Backstreet that just came out. And it was just taking off. A buddy of mine was throwing a birthday party at the Howard Johnson in downtown Palo Alto. And we was on our way. We stopped by the liquor store to get some drink. And some niggas from the other side, and the black colors rolled up and pointing their guns out the window, flashing like, yeah, nigga, woo, 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 woo. So, nigga, naturally, we went and got our heat. Mm-hmm. My brother had a tech. He went and got the Tech 9. We jumped in the car. We smiled out to the party. So we pulling into the parking lot to the party, and a black car jumped behind us. So I'm thinking it's them niggas. I'm like, hey, it look like them niggas behind us, right? So my bro like cocked the shit ready to go. Like, nigga, as soon as you open the door, nigga, I'm just start busting. Mm-hmm. Cause I had a 2-door. I had a 1973 Cougar 2-door. And we pulled up in the parking lot, and I was just gonna put the car in park and then open the door and just let that nigga jump out. And right when I was about to open the door and him to jump out, red and blue lights came on the fucking car. It was fucking undercover police. Jacked us, took us to jail. Now, me and Tim was already on probation. We had already had drug cases, and we juveniles, though.
Right.
We had already been to juvenile hall and Glenwood. Did I go to Glenwood then? No, I don't even think I went to Glenwood yet. But we had been in trouble with the law. We had a few little shit on our record. And this Tech 9 was definitely finna do us bad.
Yeah.
And like I said, our album, it just came out. That motherfucker just started taking off. We sitting in the we had got booked. We sitting in juvenile hall. Right, this was the first night we had got booked that night, and in the morning when we woke up for breakfast time, over the loudspeaker they start playing our fucking music, our song, our album over the loudspeaker,
like just to fuck with you. Were they just bumping it, or they knew it was you?
My homeboy brother was a counselor there.
Oh,
yeah. So he started playing our shit. He got on the speaker. Ladies, gentlemen, we got celebrities in the house.
Oh shit!
So we came out for chow. He called us in the office and he slammed the door and got on us. What the fuck are y'all doing?
Wow.
Man, y'all motherfuckers is there, man. What the fuck are y'all doing? Man, y'all finna bring the whole hood up.
Yeah.
Y'all finna fuck it off. And just drilled us. And me and Tim were just sitting there like, you know?
Yeah.
So what happened was we sat in that motherfucker fighting the case. My PO was in there. He was finna slam. He was finna send us both to YA. We was finna be gone. And what happened was, when they arrested us and took us to the police station, the police was in there playing with the gun. Oh, this is a nice one. This shit got to. Oh, look at this one, Jim. Jim, check this one out. Nigga over there playing with it, ain't got no gloves on. So in my mind, I'm thinking, these motherfuckers playing with the gun. They touching on the gun. We running ballistics, boy. This case might get dismissed. So it didn't even get that far. What happened was, it was my brother's gun, and his fingerprints was the only ones on there besides all the police.
Yeah.
When they ran it, his fingerprints was the only one on it. He older than me, so he was already 18, so they just put the gun case on him and dropped the case. I think he had to do some community services and bullshit. He didn't even get no time for that shit.
That's some good police work right there, boys.
Yeah, thank you. Palo Alto police, thank you. Because it was that shit. That was finna be bad for us.
That's crazy.
It probably wouldn't have been over. We probably had to do a few years, but that would have derailed.
I mean, that would have
derailed everything else that came.
That's kind of another big thing in the Bay is cats getting caught up like that.
Yeah,
promising careers. Cause I mean, you can even look at Mack Dre.
Yeah,
he bounced back and got even bigger. But if he hadn't caught that Fed case,
where would he be? He would have been maybe bigger than he was.
Yeah. Damn. All right. So flashback forward to the Game of Life. Mm-hmm. Was TC still involved with that album, or was he kind of taking a back seat?
No. This was like 2000, 2001 because a couple things happened. I don't know really what made TC fall back. I think the executive producer at the time, Sean T and Mack from Mack and AK did majority of that album.
Okay, yeah. Great producers as well.
I think he was just trying to he wanted to keep it all East Palo Alto. He wanted to kind of like introduce
Well, times are changing by 2001.
Yeah, of
too.
course, yeah. But I think he just wanted to just keep it East Palo Alto.
Yeah.
The two top producers from East Palo Alto and us, and just put us together to see what we, see what we can come up with. It wasn't nothing bad against TC. We wasn't fall out with him. He did a couple songs on the album.
How do you think that worked out in retrospect, making that decision?
We always should stick with T.
Yeah, it kind of seems like he's the heart of the group in terms of the sound.
Yeah.
And y'all just have such good chemistry.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's what was kind of missing on that last album was the chemistry, the original chemistry.
The original chemistry. Yeah.
And then to really sink the motherfucker was I went to Feds. I went to jail.
Did quite a few years, right?
I went to jail right before the shit came out.
Fuck.
It came out when I was in fucking prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that derailed it.
How did that feel? I had Young Lay on here. He did some years as well, and I was asking him.
I'm familiar with his case too.
Yeah. What's that like? How do you get through going from this rap shit to now you're sitting down behind the walls? Like, what were some ways that you pushed through that bit?
I mean, of course I was stressed out because you sitting there thinking, damn, I could be...
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda, coulda, yourself to death.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I got a lot of respect because motherfuckers in there knew who I was.
That's cool.
Motherfuckers like, oh,
shit. And it's the Feds, too, so
I was in the Feds.
All over, people from all over.
And another good thing was, I was surprised how many motherfuckers from other states and knew about us. Like, damn.
That's what I mean.
Nigga, I'm from New Orleans, nigga. We used to knock y'all shit all the time.
Yeah. Which prison were you in?
I was started off in Lompoc. Then they transferred me to Taft. I did 2 years. I did 18 months in Lompoc, 2 years in Taft, 6 months in Nellis, which is in Las Vegas, and they shut the camp down and shipped me to Arkansas, Forest City, Arkansas. I think that's where Big Meech was at. Big Meech is there now, I think, Forest City, Arkansas. I think T.I. did his year there, too, when he went to jail back in the day.
Yeah.
Forest City, Arkansas. And I did 18 months there, 18 months. Altogether, I did like 6 years.
That's another tough thing about the Feds is getting moved around like that. It's hard. It's harder for visits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you were saying you were getting love in there. It was so...
Yeah, I didn't have no bad incidents in there. Nobody, I didn't have no fights, nothing. I did a peaceful bid.
Yeah.
And it was just purely out of respect,
Yeah.
The cats that knew who I was respecting me for being Ad Kapone, for Totally Insane, and the motherfuckers that didn't know me respected me for being Adam because I was just a regular nigga.
Yeah, so you basically be able to just handle it.
Yeah, just cruise
keep
through.
Your head up.
Met some cool motherfuckers.
Do what you gotta do.
That, I met cats from all over the country that was, I could have fucked with when I came home, and some niggas I kept in touch with.
Yeah. And around this time, too, I think...
I met Cole 187 from Butter Law in there.
For real? Y'all was like that? Were y'all rapping together?
Hell yeah. That was my dog. I came home, he did a track for me. Shout out to my nigga Hutch. Man, hell yeah.
So, I think while you're locked down, the
Tommy Chong, not to cut you off.
For real?
Tommy Chong.
You got cool with him?
I thought I had my Cheating Chong shirt on. Yeah, Tommy Chong.
Tight. That's what's up.
My mom came to visit me one day, right? He looked totally different. All this shit is white and shit.
Yeah.
So moms came to visit me, and he walked by and said, hey, excuse me, Tommy, come here for a minute. He came to the table. I said, Moms, who is this right here? She was looking at the nigga. He didn't have his glasses on. And I said, put your glasses on, Tommy. He put them little Chong glasses on. She's like, oh my God! Cheech and Chong? She like, yeah, took a picture with him and shit.
That's tight.
He was hella good.
Was he up on Totally Insane?
Nah, he didn't know nothing about it. I told him about it. He didn't know nothing about it. He was Snoop Dogg, Cypress Hill. He knew all the weed smoking.
Yeah, for sure.
Snoop, Cypress Hill, and yeah. But nah, he wasn't up on us. He knew I got 5 on it.
Of course.
Yeah,
of course.
He knew that.
Yeah. So you were locked down during the whole hyphy movement too.
Yeah.
Were you hearing about that?
I caught it. The first glimpse I got of it was in Lompoc, and they did the MTV rap special.
Oh, and it was on the
with
TV.
The Bay Area, with the hyphy
My
movement.
Block with Sway.
My Block, with Sway.
And
that shit blew my mind. Like, damn.
Yeah, totally different.
Yeah, I see Hood Stars on there.
I was gonna say
because
your homie Scoop ended up. People might have forgotten during that time that the Hood Stars was big.
As a
cameo rotation, club rotation. I assume you came up with Band-Aid as well.
Yes. Yeah. Band-Aid was in a whole nother group back then called Never Legal. Shout out to Never Legal.
Okay.
I produced Never. I produced their first project. So Band-Aid probably got introduced to the game through me.
Tight.
I used to take them everywhere, of course, and introduce them to everybody. And Band-Aid got that business mind. He politic motherfuckers and mad motherfuckers. And so when it was time for him to do his thing, he just did his thing.
Yeah, and Scoot definitely, like, it seems like he adapted his style with the times, because when I hear what he did on the Totally Insane projects compared to the Hood Stars, it's a lot different.
Yeah.
And that's something I kind of wanted to highlight, too, is, like, all the talent we've talked about from EPA, Totally Insane, Shanti, Trunk from Menlo Park, Hood Stars. What are your thoughts on rappers today coming up out of EPA? Are you up on it?
Oh yeah, we got some solid cats coming.
I've seen some cool shit.
300 Keys and who's some of the other youngsters? My boy Big Oos, my boy Checkmate Checkers. We got some youngsters. Lil E from the G. Man, my bad if I don't remember, you know what I'm saying, if I don't shout y'all out, but we got a lot of great artists coming out of Palo Alto.
Are you tapping in with any of them, or are they
for sure.
tapping in with you?
My man Money Mind, Mr. Fetty, my man Charisma Kazi, like I say, my boy Checkmate Checkers, my boy Pick Six, Splurge from SIC. I did some tracks with him. Stagmata, of course. We got a nice little batch coming
what's
out.
Up. I see, every now and then something pops up on my timeline where I see some new youngster representing EPA, and I think it's dope that that area is still shining.
Yeah.
What do you think is the biggest difference between today's Bay Area rap and when you got in the game?
Back then, it was more unity.
Yeah,
we were all fans and respected each other. It was more love. Like I say, the Click and RBLs come to our shows. We go to their shows. We politicking and exchange ideas. I don't know if the youngsters are networking and politicking like that nowadays. There's a few out there, you know what I'm saying? Black Sea hooked up with Larry June. And, so there's I guess there's still youngsters out there with that political